silent, the fighting. I see the lies in their mind, and you can't decide, cause they only blinding. Go away and go from the bad guys, follow my advice, cause they're gonna be biting you. They're gonna kill if you let them choose. Go, mommy, go now. I really don't want to see you cry. Mommy, go now. I really wanna brutalize, let him agonize, cause he's gonna be biting you. They're gonna kill if you let them choose. Go, mommy, go now.
Hey, you need to wake up. Put the dogs up. Go to bed.
Were you at the rally today?
Yeah, I was at the fence right over here, no more than 30, 40 yards away from the shooter.
Just tell me what you saw and what happened.
Yeah, so probably a minute or two before the shooting, saw a guy, gray shirt, climbing up the metal roof on the building right beside us. And didn't know what he was doing, trying to alert cops and police that there was a guy crawling on the roof. And then we saw a rifle sling over his shoulder. And yeah, after that, a couple shots fired off. So it wasn't very, it was scary.
So after he did the shooting, what happened from then?
I grabbed all my family that was nearby and ran and got them the shelter. And then I came back out, ran back and grabbed more as much as I could, as long as my family was safe. So yeah, it was pretty traumatic for everyone. Nothing like it before, ever.
So you weren't actually inside there, but you were outside.
Yeah, I was on the outside of the fence.
So you had a good view of...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we saw him. We were, like I said, 30, 40 yards away from him.
Was he by himself, or was there anybody else?
Yeah, I didn't see anyone else. I just saw him on the roof with the rifle.
Was he a young man or old?
He looked to be between the ages of 30 and 40-ish. He wasn't super old, but kind of young.
So what's going through your mind right now?
Hey, sorry, I was muted. I was talking and I was muted. That makes me so mad when I do that. So let me reiterate what I was saying. So the kid that they interviewed who said that they were only 30 feet, 30, 40 feet from the guy. They saw him walking. They later saw him up on the roof. He had no doubt. He was like, oh, yeah, I totally saw him, right? 30 feet is the equivalent of 5 or 6 Suburbans that are together bumper to bumper. Most people, their houses are not that wide. You have yards that are more than 30 yards, right? That the point being is this young man saw the shooter up close, saw him. He knows what he looks like. The other thing that I want to say is if you look at the kid that they're interviewing, if you look at the kid that they're interviewing, how do you think he is? He's clearly in his 20s, right? Probably 19, 20, 21. Do you remember when you were his age? You remember how people that were 40, they looked ancient? You remember that? So when this guy says being 30 yards away from the shooter, seeing him clearly, when he says the shooter was 30, 40 years old, you think he was talking about Crooks? Because Crooks looks like a baby, right? So you have to stop a minute and go, what? That is kind of crazy. That nobody would look at this Crooks kid and think, oh, he's 30, 40 years old. That you just that would not come to your mind, right? But there's someone else. This guy right here. Oh, he's 30. Look at that. And clearly much more worn than Crooks. He's been in the world longer, right? So if you look at the picture we showed last night, if you look at the jaw and the chin of the kid that's dead on the roof, I'm sorry, y'all. I know people either love conspiracy theories or they hate conspiracy theories. I know that. And if you hate them, my deepest, most sincere apologies. Truly, I don't want to make anyone mad. But I also want some truth, right? I want some reality. Now, this kid right here is very interesting. His family is very interesting. And believe it or not, nearly every I have been on the ancestry research websites all day today. The name Yearick is predominantly people in Pennsylvania. It's not really found other places, right? Except for what appears to be one of Dick Cheney's friends and perhaps business partner. There's reason to believe now they may have actually owned a business together, where the father of this kid was out in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and in South Carolina, right? Liz Cheney actually read this kid's father, and I don't think it's his real mom. I think it's his stepmom. But the mother and father of this kid read their anniversary, read their names into the congressional record. Well, we wish you a happy anniversary. Here it is. I can share it with you. I've got it right here. Hold on. Let's see. the obituary. Where is it? I've got so many windows open here. That's not it. Well, here it is. Found it. Sorry. In honor of Roger and Sid Yearick's 50th wedding anniversary, the Honorable Liz Cheney of Wyoming in the House of Representatives on Wednesday, January the 17th, 2018, Ms. Cheney said, "Mr. Speaker, I rise today to extend my congratulations to Roger and Sid Yearick on the celebration of their 50th wedding anniversary." All right. So curious, very curious. It is also curious that this kid, his dad, Roger Yearick, was Air Force, and he has connections to, what is it, Camperone, the man that took the video at the Trump rally and ended up in the hospital for a week, one of the ones that got shot. He actually worked with, was in the Air Force together, knew Maxwell Yearick's dad. So why? Like, what does this have to do with anything? Because the truth is, the police, the FBI, they're not saying that Maxwell Yearick is the shooter or the assassin, right? That's not what they're saying. They're saying this fellow is our okay, stop. That's just not true. So the picture of the dead guy who's got dried blood on his face, the picture of the dead guy, that's Maxwell Yearick. Like, it's really hard not to believe that it's not Matthew Yearick. You can see the bone structure of his face, and it's unusual. His jaw and his chin are unique, right? So you can see that. The question then is, where the hell is Crooks? Like, where the hell did he go? You got his dad, and I don't know if that's his mother or if that's his sister or if that's his daughter who's slinking around town, literally covered from head to toe, like she's some cat burglar somewhere. Like, bizarre. She screams, "No comment." I mean, they're acting crazy, bizarre. But where's Crooks? This is so crazy. All right, so now I'm going to be quiet. Hopefully Martin Smallwood will find us soon. See, I'm glad I checked. Hold on. That's what we're listening to.
Like I said, very traumatic for everyone. Don't know. It doesn't feel real. It feels like a dream. It's just a crazy situation. Never should have happened.
True.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy.
Your family's all safe.
Yeah, every single person that I know that's been to the rally is safe. Thankful for that. Thankful for everyone. You know, I thank God for it. So.
Should we bring them up for a couple of minutes? The world will see a vibrant Republican.
Okay, so the other day when I played this, a lot of people were aggressive and they were like, you can't see it because it's behind your avatar, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I know. So I'm letting it play a little bit for perspective, right? Now, I think it's incredibly interesting that this white sign goes up so blatantly, like it is. There are no other signs going up. This is it. And immediately once this white sign comes up, his little head pops up, right? The little kid, the little 20-year-old who is gifted, and yet he's serving cafeteria food to old people, geriatric people. His mom and dad are educated and they did that to him. Why? So the sign goes up, he pops his little head up, almost like it is a ballet that has been orchestrated.
The world will see a vibrant Republican.
Okay, this is why I wanted to try to find Martin. So clearly I've zoomed way into the circle, right? Because there's this argument that I'm having. And my position is this. I want to be very, very clear. My position, the reason for this is there's two people there. I'm not telling you who they are because I don't know. And I'm sure I have no way that I would know. Okay? I don't know who they are. I don't know why they're up there. I don't know what they're doing up there. I'm just showing you what I see. Now, Martin, who is brilliant, she says, who is Martin Smallwood? He's my friend and he is brilliant. He's rational. He's logical. He's not me. Okay? He doesn't get emotional about these things. He's not prone to conspiracy theories as I am. Okay. So he's a really great balance. And so I want to know what we are looking at. That's it. That's the whole point of this. So all of you guys that come in here that are angry with me and I have no idea why you're mad at me. Like, why are you mad at me? I have not. Okay, this video here, I have manipulated it clearly. I changed the color and I changed the contrast. Okay, I'm owning it. So I have used Camtasia to zoom in to a ridiculous level. I have used contrast and color to try and pull out more details so that we can at least reach a consensus on how many people are up there. That's the best starting place, because we're being told by the FBI, the CIA, the Secret Service, the president, we're being told it was just the little nerdy 20-year-old who defied highly trained, world-class, state-of-the-art, protectors. That's what we're being told to believe. So at the minimum standard is this. How many people are on that roof? That's all. I'm not trying to say who it is or anything. Just what do you see? All right. Everybody gets that, right? All right. So I'm going to slow this way down. Make sure that's quiet. All right, let's watch and see what we see. Now, it defies, it is irrational to believe that a man who is about to be the assassin of a U.S. president, a candidate for a future term as U.S. president, it is simply unbelievable that he would just stand straight up and run across a bright white roof with sniper teams everywhere, not even trying to conceal himself. That is not real. And yet, what are we looking at? And I've had some people try to say this is a person. No. You're very confused. This is one of these. And then this up here, this white thing, that's like an exhaust or something. You'll see Crooks' head pop up here. His head is smaller than this thing. This is an optical illusion. There goes the sign. And then there is Crooks's head. See how small he looks? This would have to be a giant for this to be a person. That's Crooks right there. Or whoever. Is it Crooks? Is it Yearick? We don't know. Okay, so he's actually lifting his head up. He's looking, right? Also, let me remind you, this is nearly 3 minutes. It's 2 minutes, 44 seconds before the shots ring out. Before the shots ring out. Okay, now I changed color and contrast. Okay, so start looking right here. So we saw him over here, right? Now he's gotten up, he's moved. You can see his back because this is the emblem for the Demolition Ranch channel on YouTube. Okay, that's the t-shirt the kid was wearing that day. But what are we looking here? Like, what is it we're seeing? Yes, there is someone there in like light clothes, like a light gray shirt or a light white shirt or something. But then it appears to me, in my opinion, there's someone in dark clothes and they're having like a wrestling match. It looks like they're fighting. It looks like there's something's happening. And then you see a bright flash, and then they go down. Okay, get your eyes on the bottom and then watch. See the flash? Flash happens right here. That's it, right there. This looks like possibly the man in dark clothing is here, and it looks like maybe this is Crooks' elbow, his shoulder, like you're getting like a side view of him. Like this would be his butt. This looks like a fist, maybe an arm here and a shoulder here with the guy in the dark clothes, and then back over here, the guy in the dark clothes. Do you see what I'm saying? He looks super small. Crooks, the person in light clothes looks small next to whoever it is that is in the dark clothes, but you can even see the edge of his t-shirt, the arm of his t-shirt right there. Can y'all see it? His ear is about right there. And then you get the bright flash, and then he's down. Like just falls. And I know it's going to be hard to see, but it almost looks like the guy that's in the dark clothes might be back here. This is darker right here, but hold on, because he's still there. Watch. You see him? Here he is right here. And I don't know what this is. It's something. It looks like to me he's going to pull, like maybe this is a bag, or like Martin said, like a backpack, right? But the backpack was black, so I don't know, but it looks like a bag or something. And if you watch, like this being like his elbow, his left elbow right here, and if you watch the body motion, it almost looks like he pulls something out, and then the flag. I mean, I don't know that it's a flag. I'm saying it looks like a flag to me. But I think without a shadow of a doubt, for me only, this is my opinion. I'm not telling you what you see. I'm not telling you what to believe. I want you to tell me all on your own. I don't want to be the one to say it. But for me, it looks clearly like we see a guy that is in light clothes. And then at the end, there's the guy that is in the dark clothes. He's the guy left standing. You see that? It's so weird. It's so crazy. So now what I want to do, okay, so now you've seen on the bigger screen, really zoomed him up close. Now you can see why, to me, I think we're looking at two different people. Okay, he's lifted up. You can see he's not wearing a black shirt or a dark blue, or you can see it's either white or gray. The guy that we have the pictures of where he's actually laying on the roof, or he's belly crawling on the roof, he's wearing light clothes and he's got pants on, right? I think he wore the light clothes thinking that it would make him hard to see on the roof. And I mean, he's kind of right about that, right? The guy in the black is the one who's left standing after this little altercation happens. But you can see in the beginning, the guy is in a light colored shirt. Even when he like lifts his head up. Now I know I turned it green, but that's so that we could actually see more detail. And there's the guy in the black that comes forward. Looks like there's some kind of like writing on the front of his shirt. I can see it. I don't know why people can't see that. That is so crazy. All right, now what I want to do, I want to go to now. Okay, so now we've seen this, and now I'm going to try to show what I was trying to show the other night, where it kept going, the screen kept going to black. Y'all remember that? It's really, really, really strange, but it just went to black, didn't it? Why did it do? Why won't it let me show that, y'all? That is so crazy. They are absolutely blocking. Huh. Okay, so they allowed that. This is the emblem that is on Crooks' t-shirt that he wore that day. He's wearing, hold on, I'll find it. It looks like he's wearing this t-shirt. And you can see the emblem. When he gets into the altercation, it looks like the guy turns him around and his back is now facing the camera. And you can see the emblem. Like you can see it. You can discern it. Okay, so okay, there's what we want to look at right there. Okay, so why? Present. All right, y'all keep your fingers crossed. Yeah, I think the YouTube overlords are working today. There it is. Okay, I can see it. There it is. Share. Can y'all see it? Okay. So I know it's smaller, but I want to show the movement, okay? And I can't do it with YouTube videos, so I have to do it here. I just want to show the movement because it can make it easier to see the actual shapes, okay? Okay, so his head pops up. He looks around. I wish that damn line wasn't in our way. There he is. He looks like he's looking back, talking to maybe he's talking to someone. What do y'all make of that? What is that? You see that? It is absolute. There is a person there in black. And then you see him right there. What is that? What the hell is that? What did they do? That is so crazy. What is that light? Huh. That is a fight. They are wrestling. You can see it right there. See it? He grabs him and throws him. Wow, that is so crazy. So strange. Like you can see the guy in the black moving around. It's crazy to say he's not there. It's like you can even see his head move. See his nose? It's like he pulls something out and then holds it up. Maybe that's a light. Maybe it's one of those like 50,000 lumens lights to mess up visual optics. Hmm. It looks like a flag, doesn't it? It does in fact look like a flag, but that's so weird. And what is that? Like, what are we looking at right there? What is it? See, he drops. You can really see it in the red. And then once he's down, the guy in black, see him? But it looks like he pulls something. See, there's something hard there. See right there, we couldn't see it in the other colors, but you can see it in the amber. Let me get it a little more orange. It's almost like a light, isn't it? See how it spreads? Looks like a light. That's weird. This is really strange right here, the way it just stays. That sure looks like the back of his shirt. And I don't know what, maybe that's his arm. That is so crazy looking. I don't know, y'all. It is very hard for me to okay, so for sure we know there's somebody in a black t-shirt, and Crooks was wearing the gray Demolition Ranch. We can clearly see there's a guy there with the black shirt on, messing around, doing something. Like he's working, he's moving around. And it's almost like there's like these high lumens lights to maybe disrupt the optics. Well, we'll look and see we'll wait and see what he thinks it is. I mean, that gives you a context right there, just how zoomed in we are here on this. So I know it's blurry, y'all. I know it's pixelated or whatever, but I mean, I think I did a pretty good job getting the pixelation out. What are we looking at? Because I keep thinking Martin said he's got a backpack and you see him taking his backpack off, and I just don't see that, Martin. I mean, like maybe that's his backpack. But you know what I saw today? The backpack was actually found on a different building top. I hate this kind of crap. Okay, so we answered our question at the very least. So weird. Took me a while to see two people yesterday, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Thank you, Deborah. I believe it's him taking his backpack off his back. Yeah, I mean, that is what Martin thinks, Yogi. can't see it though. We'll go right here. Okay, right here. This is where his head is first popped up, right there. And that's what we're looking at right here. So we see his head and kind of his side right here, his shoulder. I don't see anything else. And you notice, watch right here, y'all. Watch right here. It's like maybe he put something down, like a box or something. Watch. You see that? Is that a box? Is that the backpack? But they said the backpack was on the other building, on the other roof. Is that the gun? I wonder what that is. See, emerges right there. That's so bizarre. That's so crazy. I don't see a backpack. And I think it is really weird. I mean, y'all do know we cannot make things disappear, right? We don't have an invisible machine. And yet that's what we seem to have managed right here. All right. I think I'm done. I've stared at this too long. I couldn't blame that creator. What y'all talking about? Mother McReady, how are you? Even if that's the case, who was he signaling? I have no idea. Okay, so if it's him removing his backpack, who is he signaling? I have no idea. Wasn't a cop boosted up to get a look at who was on the roof? I heard a show where a guy said Crooks would not have had all that blood from a headshot. I don't know if I agree with that, Sam. Headshots are, the head is incredibly vascular. Even just like a little cut on your forehead will bleed and you'll think you're dying, right? Yeah, it's customary for the head to bleed quite a bit. It was his cooler of Bud Light. That's what it looks like, Lee Bird. I believe the story of the cop who fell off the roof was to compensate for any mention of a second man. His pack was found at the roof's edge. Was it on? Oh, yeah, you're right. At the bottom, right? Yeah. And then his gun was about 10 feet away from him to his left, I think. I believe it's him taking his backpack off. It's another creator who said Crooks was dead before the shots rang out, but he would only reveal behind a paywall. Well, I mean, I said that with no, I'm not going to put anything behind a paywall like that, but yeah, I think so. There is a window directly below Crooks toward the front that some think is the window the shots were fired from. It was one of the 4 channels I've watched where the creator is investigating. How come no snipers have mentioned a second person? Well, see, Lee, I think the whole point is that there's a cover up. Like, I think that's what it's all leading to. Why would they? I mean, Ronald Rowe lied to Congress, like just bald-faced lied. Didn't even try to pretend that he was lying. And then once people came out with facts, then he had to say, oh, yeah, well, I was wrong about that. Sorry about that. No, he's lied so many times. These people are not, this is a mess. This is a terrible mess. They only used the young boy to figure out he was shooting, but he wasn't. They did it. Never saw. So I did watch a video that was pretty interesting. I think it's this one. I think this is the one. Let's see. No, that's not the one. I may have to let's see.
Web, and I thought I would just go over what I had talked about in Monaco Township.
So this video, this is showing how Crooks entered the area, got in place, and then how he left the area through building 5. Where's building 5? Over here. So when he left, he came down the ladder here to the purple and then back out again, went into building 5, exited over here, and nobody would ever, or back over here, and nobody would have ever seen him. So yeah, I think this is the right video, y'all. I think this is the one that I thought was interesting about the 2 shooters and seeing one guy. So let's listen to this. Hopefully this guy won't strike me.
And this team from Monaco Township being here in sort of a one.
Now this guy is saying, now this is wild speculation Friday. Okay, this guy is, he's telling you like a possibility for what could have happened. He's not, please don't think I'm telling you this is what happened. He's trying to work through the facts that we have, because clearly the Secret Service is not telling us the truth. The FBI is not telling us the truth. So he's putting together known facts and trying to work it out on his own, right? So please, 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 this is the wildest of speculation imaginable. Okay, I'm owning, it's fiction. Let me say it that way. What you're about to listen to is 100% fictional. Okay? I just want to make that clear. Don't get mad at me.
1, 2, 3, 4 fashion. 1 is the picnic table, the bike. 2 here, you see me zoom in on the picnic table. That's where we know Crooks is at 426. 3, he's a part of a sniper team. He's either this blue team of 2 or the green triangle team of 3. The other 3 members are going to be the surreptitious.
So this is interesting because it took me several times listening to this. He's saying, so he mapped out all the snipers, right? He put it down where every local law enforcement, Secret Service, DHS, he had it all mapped out. He believes that Crooks was part of a 2-man sniper team that was covert, right? That he was here, but there was another team that was like on the back side, like back over here, I think. Let's listen.
Shooters and the door guarders, if you will. We want one patsy to go out in a very obvious way in front of a bunch of people. 4, which is going to be getting on this Home Depot roof. The other 2 people of the team are going to guard this building they're in currently there, where you see there currently the blue square and the green triangle. 2 people are going to guard that building, the entrances in that long hallway. And then we're going to make a surreptitious approach to the sniper nest. So if you get this, here's the very obvious TMZ video. These are the 3.
Now this is actually what the FBI and the Secret Service has told us, that each of these windows had sniper teams in them, but they're covert, so they're back away from the window, right? And the truth is that they abandoned the people that were the snipers abandoned their firearms. Like when they went in after the shooting was all over, the agents were nowhere to be found, but the guns were still set up there, which is typical, he says. So it also, the 3 windows here are actually pointing in the wrong direction. Rowe lied about where the assets were placed. And so the sniper team, the local sniper teams did a television interview, and they came out and said, Rowe told a lie. That is not where we were positioned. We were never supposed to be positioned there. We were actually on the other side of the building. So instead of asking me these questions, you've got to realize what we're demonstrating is that it is Roe and Ray that have to answer these questions. They're the ones that have lied. They're the ones that have said things have happened that could not possibly have happened based on real evidence.
The sniper posts that we're talking about, this is where you have all these people seeing crooks on the roof. This is what you want. You want to make sure your patsy is very exposed. You want to drill.
And to be clear, the ladder is over here, right? And he got up on this building here and ran that direction. Now, it looked like we were seeing him run in front of this building, but you got to consider the angle. But that's what he's saying. And that there was a sniper up here on this building that actually made the shot.
Build your patsy on. Here's where you put the Home Depot ladder. You want to be very obviously climbing in front of a bunch of people. The patsy thinks as he's climbing up here, he's part of the team and he's joining the other sniper.
And see, I think it's interesting that he says that the patsy thinks he's part of the bigger team, right? He thinks he's supposed to be there. He thinks that others know he's there, therefore he's safe, right? That would explain why he would climb the ladder here, get on the roof here, and then just stand straight up and run this way before then crawling up and his little head popping up. He did look confident when he was running. He didn't look like he was hiding. He didn't look like he was frightened. He didn't look like he was trying to keep people from seeing him. And remember, these trees over here, there's rednecks drinking beer, barbecuing right here. He's not even hiding. He's upright, running as fast as he can. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy.
The other sniper's going through this building. I say it's Yearick. I say it's Maxwell Yearick. And he's ascending the other side. You see these continuances or hallways in between the buildings.
These things right
That's here. Where he's going around. So here's the building from above. You see.
So this is what we were just looking at. These are the open windows right here with the sniper guns. He says he climbed up here, got on this building, ran straight across, and then wiggled up to here. Or stomach crawled up to here, if you will. This guy that we're listening to, he thinks Yearick, the true assassin, that Yearick was up on top of the taller building, but what would have been right over Crooks. But all the attention is on Crooks, right? But he says they wanted it that way. They intentionally drew attention to Crooks and said, look, 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 here he is, here he is. This is the shooter, this is the shooter. But he's the patsy. That the real killer is up here, and he's going to escape by going back into building 5, down to the floor, and out the back door, walking just as pretty as you please down the street. Nobody's seeing him, nobody knowing that he was anywhere near there. It seemed like to me that it's the exact opposite, though. It seems like it's Yearick that is dead on this building. So was it Crooks that was up high and took the shot? It's the craziest crap.
Where the snipers leave their posts. That's
this guy I'll talk about another day. He's pretty interesting guy.
Key information, key metadata. And it comes around here to this SWAT ladder. Of course, now people are saying I made this ladder up or I'm lying about this ladder. It's in the pictures.
Yeah.
The Capri Shorts guy comes up and shows all the cops the ladder.
Yes, that's right.
After the shooting. This is where the door is, where one of the shooter team is guarding the door. So you got one shooter on one end of the door, one shooter on the other. That makes it a protected corridor. And now Yearick can go back and forth here for a protected escape. You see, you have the Home Depot ladder over here.
the doors in this hallway right here that you see on the ground floor, the doors were locked. They were being blocked by local law enforcement on both sides. So if the reality of what happened was anywhere even close to what this guy has strategically envisioned, he'd have been able to run through the back of the building, or what was technically the front of the building, walk away through the trees. Literally not a single person would have been anywhere to see him. No one. This is really crazy.
Here in the lower left corner, that's your obvious place where you're having the patsy. And then this building, this long building here, building 5 behind, is your protected corridor. And again, you put one sniper on one end from the Monaco Township team, you put one on the other end. That's your protected corridor for both Yearick's approach and also Yearick's escape. See, he comes up here near the other breezeway or entryway.
Yeah, there was a small ladder, right? And then didn't they bring like a big 10 or 12-foot A-frame ladder? Is that right? But there was like a 5-foot ladder that was already there in this, I think it was over on this side actually, in the little enclosure. It was obstructed by there was a big tree, not a tree, but like a bush, but it was a short ladder. But then law enforcement did bring the big, tall 10-foot or a much, much bigger ladder for sure.
Continuance between building 5 and building 6, and he's right where the shooter position is. That's also going to afford him a protected escape. You want to make sure that the patsy dies on the roof. You want to make sure all energy is directed toward the patsy, and then you want to make sure that you have a protected escape. We're going to go back out the same way we came through this protected hallway, and then we are going, now here you're going to see the video that just came out about Copenhagen. Again, you want Copenhagen, you want these videos.
Lee, I feel like I have to say this, buddy. Everything you're saying is the official story, and I know this. I know it. Like I keep talking about it. I'm informed. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Okay, I'm saying to you that Ronald Rowe lied. And I'm saying to you that Director Cheadle, and I know she's not a director anymore. I know. She lied. Director Ray lied. Law enforcement lied. The local law enforcement sniper teams were so freaked out by the lies of the feds that they went on national TV as a collective group to tell the truth and say, no, we were not supposed to secure that building. We were not supposed, and where we were positioned, they had us positioned on the other side, not where they told everybody we were at. No, he did not tell you the truth. Director Rowe has lied about the advanced assessment team. Director Rowe, the lies are incredible. Incredible. So we've seen the videos. We saw the video of the drunk rednecks pointing and saying, look, there he is. Everybody's pointing. You could see where the ladder's at. Now, I know that they're saying that he jumped up on the air conditioning unit, then he crawled up on a lower roof, and then he was able to get on the taller roof. I know. What the skeptics are doing is they're trying to look at what they can see and what they know to be fact, because when you've got a DOJ, a very powerful DOJ person, representative, lying to your senators, you're in trouble. When they're lying to Congress, this nation is in trouble. That's what we're talking about, Lee. We've heard the radio. We've heard it. We've all, the people that are following this, the people that are investigating it, I don't mean like a PI. I'm talking about the people that are reading and digging for history and knowledge and background. We heard all this, Lee. They did lie under oath, Moonlight View. And again, let me just say, the whole point of looking at this video, there's one point here for me. This is why I'm trying to get Martin Smallwood, paging Martin Smallwood. There's two people on that roof. I have done everything I know how to do not to see it. I have played with trying to see. It's just a backpack. Everything that Martin laid out for me, I've tried to see it and I can't. I see somebody wearing a light gray shirt, and then I see somebody in a dark black or dark blue or brown or whatever t-shirt, and that's what I see. And that's the only reason for what we did tonight was, do you think there's one person or two people? We're not talking about why are they there, who are they, what did they do there. We're just saying, what do you see? Do you see one person like they're telling us? Or is there in fact another person there? It is not truth, not feelings, Lee Bird. No, I don't ever watch. Wasn't Truth, Not Feelings? Didn't he do? I thought he was covering like Sebastian Rogers' disappearance. I didn't know he was doing, but I hadn't seen any of Truth, Not Feelings on the Thomas Crooks thing. So that's all that I'm trying to do is there one person there or two people? That's it. That's all I want to know. Those civil servants think they will never get in trouble based on history. I think it sounds like him. No, it's not him. No, all right, so I'm gonna start it again.
To be showing the patsy, not saying Copenhaver's involved, but again, anybody who's filming is going to see the patsy. You're not.
And when he says this, he says anybody that's filming, anybody that goes back and looks at these later, they're gonna have to see the guy they want you to see. His contention is that they're intentionally drawing attention to Crooks. They're gonna make Crooks the fall guy, and they want lots of attention and activity focused on Crooks. They don't want people looking at other places. They want them looking only at Crooks and going, wow, there he is. Everybody look. Once I heard him say that, I looked at this crowd. Watch the white sign. Watch the white sign. Just look at the
showing
crowd.
The patsy, not saying Copenhaver's involved, but again, anybody who's filming is going to see the patsy.
It's like the one big white sign goes up and says, look over here. Everybody look over here. And what happens right after this? Literally right above this white sign, Crooks' little head pops up like clockwork.
You're
Boom,
not going to see.
There he is. Did they do it on purpose? I don't know.
The protected approach or the protected escape. Here it is from the other angle. You're also going to see from the counter sniper teams, that's where Copenhaver's film was taken from. you're going to see that we have the abandoned posts, right? We have the,
and these are the guys down here that are pointing, like they're telling the Secret Service and the law enforcement. They're saying he's on the roof, he's up there, we can see him. And they said the cops just acted like they didn't know what they were talking about. So we have these world-class military trained assets, and a bunch of drunk rednecks could find the assassin when no one else could. It is the most unbelievable, ridiculous story on the planet.
portal views of the abandoned posts. We have witnesses there. Again, we have this obvious film, right, that we want to throw out to everyone saying, look at him, there he goes, right? This is the patsy. We want the patsy to have these films. We don't want the protected approach or the protected escape to be filmed. We're going to have an orgy of evidence around the patsy, and of course, we're going to have a protected, surreptitious approach and retreat by Yearick. Again, we're going to protect both of those doors on building 5 behind. Again, everybody's going to be watching this video. It's the Lee Harvey Oswald thing. Let's lift the Gargano amongst all the reporters. The reporters all take the bait, and everybody misses the Robert Allen Hale escape, where that sign is being raised right now. Oh, look at it. We caught him. There it is. No, here it is. If you look here again, this is the back of the building. That's where the SWAT ladder is. That's where the Capri Shorts guys goes. None of the other cops after the shooting knows where that ladder is. The Capri Shorts guy comes around. He's a Monaco Township shooter team. He comes around and shows them where the ladder is. That shows you that.
It's so crazy when you look at it, isn't it?
This long building here, not the first building Crooks is on, the second building right there is where he comes up. That's where the backpack is found, if you remember. And then Crooks is shooter right there. All you have to do is alert and say, hey, we have a situation. Do your drill. You've drilled him already. Go up the Home Depot ladder, wait there for further instructions. Now, when I get in position, in an enclosed, obstructed position, I command you to come over and get in the exposed position. Again, remember that these shooters abandon their posts, right, during the critical period. That's the period when they have to guard the doors in this building, and that's the period where Maxwell Yearick has to make his run through this building, the protected approach. That's also going to be the building where he's going to use his protected escape. So in both directions, again, this is not speculation. These snipers do abandon their posts, right, during the critical shooting period. Their time cannot be accounted for.
So this is the actual abandoned sniper post in Butler, or one of them.
That's critical metadata, right? This is not something that hasn't been confirmed. It's been confirmed by Chuck Grassley. These shooters did abandon their posts. They're the most logical people to be guarding the doors. And then also Yearick, again, is going to make this run. This is the corridor. If you see this red arrow, not the building 6, that's where you want the patsy to be. You want your approach and escape to be through building 5. And we have video of that now with those cameras, and you can see down that long corridor. We know that those doors were locked because we saw those guys coming up and knocking on the doors. And you saw a watchman looking to basically guard the door. Again, here it is from the above view. You've got this long building 5 behind. You have the snipers leaving their post. That's your metadata. You've got the approach through the building to the ladder over here, the SWAT ladder, and then you have the protected escape. I've gotten so much. This was in Monaco County, if you remember. This is why I go to Monaco County, or Monica County, because Greg, I didn't know Greg was the head of it. I just was going by Sheriff Tony Guy. But Greg Nickel is the head of this team. And he has a clothes change during this operation, which is amazing. He's
That's
also
crazy.
the one who says, I'm out of here. Again, here it is from another.
So they believe that the shot from, this is the taller building, the shot would have been the perfect height and trajectory to go straight through Trump's ear and into that hydraulic line.
Angle. you basically go back around here through building 5. This is the CBS. This is the shooter line, if you will.
And then this is where the real shooter would have been able to walk out. Okay, so he would have been over here, right? The snipers and whatnot are here. When he walked out, he would have walked out the back way, and all these trees, come out the door and walk right onto the main road and walk away. And none of the Secret Service, law enforcement, nobody would have been anywhere near him. The building compound itself would have been his protector.
Notice how the Yearick escape is obstructed from the sniper teams. Both Hercules 1 and Hercules 2 can't see this. It's easily.
So this picture is from the water tower. They're on the water tower. It's amazing.
Observable from the water tower. If you're looking at it from this angle, you could easily observe Yearick's.
It's really interesting perspective. So you know the new video where you can see the guy running, he comes up here, he gets right there, he runs along the edge here, and then crawls up. The book bag is left, well, about right here, and then the firearm was all the way over here. And they claim that the real assassin was up here. And then when he left, he went downstairs, through this way, inside the building, and then out through the trees. And nobody ever saw him. It's a crazy theory.
Escape. That's why there's nobody on the water tower. That's why there's nobody on the water tower, because Yearick's escape would have been easily seen. We also.
This is a crazy story. This is crazy. So this is Butler Sheriff Tony Guy. He's literally right behind Crooks, right behind him.
Also have this Green Mile video where you actually have Sheriff Tony Guy of Beaver County walking the Green Mile. This is what you do when you're about ready to execute somebody, the Tom Hanks movie. We literally have Sheriff Tony Guy walking the Green Mile right here behind the shooter, behind the patsy, which is Yearick.
Now, this is the day of the shooting. Like this, it's like he knew exactly where Crooks was, the sheriff.
Not Yearick, excuse me, which is Crooks. So here's Sheriff Tony Guy walking the Green Mile. 50 feet in front of him is Yearick. Here's the patsy. Excuse me, here's Crooks.
Oh, that's supposed to be Crooks? Wait a minute. Wasn't Crooks in the light gray Demolition Ranch t-shirt? So who is this dude in the what? The dark t-shirt with the writing on the front. People, did we see one person on the roof, or did we see two people on the roof? And which one of them ended up dead, and which one of them just went like Sebastian Rogers, poof, into thin air? This is the guy that ended up dead. This is Yearick. Crooks is, I can't explain it, but this is the guy in the dark shirt, right? Well, there was 8 shots. Crooks, Nancy Drew, Crooks was wearing light gray t-shirt from Demolition Ranch, a YouTube channel, and pants, right? This guy that we think is Yearick, he's wearing red, white, and blue Patriot, like chino shorts and a dark black t-shirt. So looking at the video like we have been, this looks exactly like what we're watching. Did they have an altercation? Was Crooks supposed to be the patsy and he protected himself from Yearick, and Yearick ended up being the one dead. The guy that we saw as Crooks had on pants, and yet the photographs, was the guy wearing pants or was he wearing shorts? He was wearing shorts. Well, Mama Mia, Mama Mia. I don't know anything about Corey Campiatori. I don't know anything about a court case. I've done a lot of like document searches. I haven't seen anything like that. Is that supposed to be in Pennsylvania or South Carolina? If it's in South Carolina or Wyoming, then perhaps, but I don't think Pennsylvania. But the guy that got shot, but then was in the hospital for like a week, he actually served. He actually knows Yearick's father really, really well. They have a long history together. They had some patents for like some firearms that they invented. A collapsible stock. Yeah, I know that's hard to believe, but yeah, look at and see if you can find it, because that would be. It's not likely to be Pennsylvania. If it says Pennsylvania, if they're saying Pennsylvania, I don't believe that based on what I've seen. But if it's South Carolina or Wyoming, maybe. Might be real. But this is so interesting. This is so interesting because of what we're seeing on the roof. The guy in the black t-shirt. I think it's him.
Crooks, the Patsy walk in the Green Mile. This again is, see how tall he's gotten?
And I don't know why he's calling him Crooks. This is not Crooks. We know what Crooks looks like. We saw him. We know what he was wearing. Clearly, tons of people saw him. There's tons of video. He was not wearing black and red, white, and blue shorts. I think this is the guy that we see fighting on the rooftop with Crooks.
How long his hair is.
And the hair is the right color for the dead guy that we got the picture of. Crooks's hair is not right. Crooks's hair does not match the dead picture. This is a ringer for the dead guy.
Is now. This is why you're not seeing any recent pictures. This is why you got to go back to those third grade, fourth grade pictures. They don't want you associating the video from the video taken of his approaches and movements earlier on. They just want you to have that 426 video of him sitting at the picnic table. They don't want you to know that he moved inside the building. Inside that building 5 building was a part of the sniper team. Again, we know this because these are the folks that abandoned their posts. Again, one out by the bicycle, that blue dot, purple dot, and you can see here I am in Monaco County saying, hey, these are the folks that abandoned their posts.
So Trump is back over here, right? And this is where Crooks is supposedly located. This is the tall building where we see him run across in front of it. And again, the real assassin, I think Crooks got away, but it was supposed to be Yearick, right? Went down, got into the building, ran through here without being seen at all, got through over here, and walked out through the trees. No one would have ever seen him. There would have been no law enforcement. No one would have seen him. There would be no line of sight for the snipers, nothing. Just disappear into nowhere.
posts. Again, one, I'll pull team out of it, right? Trying to protect that. You have the TMZ video of the Patsy. You have the TMZ video with the Home Depot ladder. And again, the snipers leaving their post is the best metadata you could ever have. And people calling me and saying I'm a liar because I'm pointing out the fact that the ladder was there is your other great metadata.
Pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. Van has 2 BOMs in it. Yep. Let's see. Let me see if I thought I had taken it down. Hold on. All right, let me share. Hold on. Okay, right there. You see, this would be like the guy's shoulder. You can even see like his hair right here. There's his neck. There's his shoulder. And there's the white writing on the t-shirt. See it? See it? It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's the damnedest thing. There's always a patsy who gets shot after an assassination. Yeah, I don't think it's Crooks that's dead on the roof. I don't. It is this fella right here, in my opinion. Just only going by physical appearance, right? Just physical appearance, just his chin and his jawline, nothing else. His eyebrows are exactly like the dead guy. Oh, there's another thing that looks just like the dead guy too. Where is my picture? Hold on. Let's see. Maybe they've deleted it. I can get it out of another account. Yeah, it looks like they killed it. All right, let me go to a different account. Hold on.
I hate what they've done to the Canva. I can't find any of my videos anymore. Maybe this is it right here. Nope, that's not it. I have to fix it again. Hold on. Y'all just hang on. I'll be done in just a second. I'm going to give you a warning. This is the bloody picture. So if you don't want to see it, you don't want to look at it. I wish I could clean it up a little bit, but I don't think I can. All right. Okay, if y'all don't want to see the bloody pictures, go away. I'm fixing to show it. I don't want you to be, it's disturbing if blood bothers you. So I'm giving you fair warning. I'm about to put up a picture of a dead person and there's blood on it. Okay? Giving you warning. And it's doing that thing again. Wow. Why is it? That is crazy. I'm completely convinced that they are. Okay, why are they blocking that window? The browser has blocked your screen. Why are you blocking my screen? They won't let me show it. Oh, wait, here we go. It may go black, but we'll see if we can finish. Okay. So whoops. Okay. So this is they okay, how do I say this? I'm stumbling over my words. This they're telling us is Crooks, the little 20-year-old. The eyewitness that you saw on my video tonight, he says the guy was 30 or 40. That's dramatically different appearance than a 20-year-old, right? Especially a 20-year-old who stays inside all day long, very pale, very soft, playing video games. It's a different appearance. This is 30-year-old Maxwell Yearick, who is like he's like an anarchist, right? He was in the BLM riots. He does, or not riots, but protests. Um, he recently got arrested at a Trump rally. He's gotten arrested at multiple Trump rallies. Um, he's well known as a political activist, an aggressive political activist, right? Take a look. If you don't look at anything else, just look at his mouth and his chin. Nothing else. Just his mouth and chin. And who they're let's see. They're trying to say this kid they're trying to say this kid right here is this guy. Which one do you think he is? But if you take the gauge out of the ears, Lee, hold on just a minute. If you look at this picture, you see that kind of crescent shaped, what looks like a scar or a cut or something. If you go in and look at like Google pictures, a lot of people show pictures where they've taken their gauges out, and it looks exactly like that. And Crooks, his ears are not deformed like this kid. And take note, look at that blood. Look at that dried blood. They hold on a minute and I'll tell you what time they took the pictures of the dead shooter. Hold on. I got to go back to the beginning of my video. Hold on. Says Beaver County sniper. Wait a minute. .426 have become aware. 5:38. Beaver sends photos of Crooks. Took them 6 minutes. 6 minutes to get on the roof and take this picture. Y'all think blood that thick? You think it's going to dry that much in 6 minutes? No, I think this kid died when we see the altercation on the rooftop. I'm convinced that that is Yearick. That chin, how do you ignore that chin? It's the same chin. Also notice the top fulcrum of his lip, it actually comes out. It's big and poofy. He's got what is called a bow-shaped lip, right? Looks like a little bow. If you can look past the blood and everything, look at the pronunciation there. See it? He's got the bow-shaped lips. Bigger in Dallas. Big full bottom lip. Now look at... That's what they want us to believe. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. Look at his ear alone. I don't have to prove anything else. Just look at his ear. That is a perfectly shaped ear. Fully formed. That is not. The lips are an absolute dead giveaway. You see that perfect M? Look. Now look at the dead guy. To a point, down, to a point, down. I mean, it is amazing. Let's look at this picture and see. What do you see? There's a perfect M to a point, down, to a point, down. What do you see? That is not Crooks dead on that building. The eyebrows, blood did not dry up in 6 minutes. Not that thick. Not that thick. Yeah, but if you look at just from the nose down to the top of the lip, that's fully intact. And that is not what Crooks' mouth looks like. It doesn't even look like anyone in his family. And so your question, why are they doing this? Why are they telling us that it's Crooks? Is the whole goal to protect Yearick because Yearick's dad was connected to Dick Cheney, powerful military type family? Is that like to avoid bringing shame to the family? Because they wouldn't do that for the little people. They wouldn't do that for us, would they? The whole story just doesn't, it's upside down. He does have blood coming out of his mouth, MD. He's got, it's trickling out right here. But, I mean, yeah, I think it was over here. I think the shot was over here. You can see bruising around his eye. But yeah, that was thick. That was really thick blood right there to have dried that fast that it was actually cracking. That's crazy as hell. Look at that color of that line. Is that a Photoshop? Maybe it's just the blood drained out of the skin. And look at the color of the shirt. That's the cop. He's wearing a black latex glove. But that's his shirt right there. It's dark, isn't it? Huh. Crazy. All right. I guess that's enough's enough, isn't it? This is the other guy who got arrested with. They were causing mayhem and mischief at a Trump rally. All right, y'all. Wow. It's crazy. Jackie Blue, that's the $1 million question. Let's see what Jackie's question was. I love $1 million questions. So where's Crooks? That's what I asked. You know, it'd be really great if we could like believe the FBI. That'd be super. If our FBI and Department of Justice in general, if they could just tell us the truth, then things would be so much better, and there wouldn't be all this conspiracy bullshit, and it would be better. But what have they done in the past, I don't know, let's say 8 years, 9, well, even maybe longer than that, because remember the Clinton plane scandal? Maybe it was about 10 years. they've just lied and manipulated, and they taught Hillary how to destroy her telephones rather than using them for evidence to try her for treason. All they do is protect criminal politicians. And we, the little people, the ones that are just working our asses off to try to live our lives, right? We get pushed around. And now here's reality. But there's no answers. Here's the truth. The best we can hope for in terms of answers is to just be able to prove, hey, FBI, we know you're lying to us. Hey, Secret Service, you're a liar. We don't have any way of finding the truth. We don't have any way of determining what is actually true. And unless our Department of Justice is willing to start arresting these people and actually bringing them up on charges that they have earned, there's not even any. I mean, when you see some of the evidence coming out of Georgia, it's fairly bone chilling, And I don't know. All we can do is start showing this. Look, you said this. Here's the truth. You said that. Here's the truth. But you can't force them to tell the truth. And if the Department of Justice is not going to hold them accountable, then what do? Yeah, the blood is just as dry as it can be, to the point that it's cracking. It's crazy. In 6 minutes? No, that's not the way it works. So that's one of those elements of truth. And they think we're stupid, like we can't do our own research. We have an autopsy on Crooks. The autopsy report has been released on Crooks. I think I saved it. That is not. Here's the original. Just says an inquisition taken at 615 Whitestown Road on the 13th day of July. Land owned by William F. Young III as coroner. County of Butler, Thomas M. Crooks. Blah, 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 blah. 20 years old. Time of death, 6:25. Cause of death, gunshot wound to the head. Manner of death, homicide. So but there's a longer one. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, sleepy. I'll find it and we can talk about it tomorrow. All right. All right, everybody, you guys are awesome. If you don't mind, we got to do the YouTube thing. Would you please hit subscribe if you have not already, because I do not post on a regular schedule. And if you are subscribed, then you will get an alert that shows, hey, Jules is live, or she put up a new video, and then you'll get that. If you have already subscribed, then I appreciate you more than you know. And if you will hit the thumbs up, then that will help other people find this video. All right. If you guys find anything interesting, leave a comment below and put the link up so I can go check it out. And I am just so glad that you're here, Mother McReady. It's wonderful. All you guys are awesome. It's a great way to spend Saturday night. Hey, Jackie Blue. Ooh, Jackie Blue. They know they can say anything. Drain the swamp. All right, people. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday night. And subscribe so you get my notifications. Hit the thumbs up so other people can find the video. And we will talk about this more tomorrow. All right? Y'all have a good evening. Get your beauty rest. We all want to be looking our best tomorrow while we have this dramatic conspiracy theory conversation. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right? I wish I had some music to go out to. I don't think I have any music to go out to. Surely I do somewhere. Let's see if I can find some music. Nope. No music. Just a little goodbye. All right. Y'all have a good evening. Sleep well. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And damn it, hit the subscribe button.